Thanks for finding my channel. This is my backgammon learning journey, which I want to share with you because it's the best game ever. So let's go under the backgammon microscope. 1. I can technically hit, which would mean doing that. I would say it's worth fighting for at that point. Right, as is often the case here, I've got half the move correct. 4-1 was my roll. I chose to hit, that was the correct bit, but moving 11 to 7 is incorrect. I've moved it as a builder, trying to give myself opportunities to make the 5 point. But in fact, I just need to leave it there. I'll be 6 away. 11 point to the 5 point is 6 pips. 6 away gives you the most chance of covering it. But also leaving it there gives you the opportunity to play 24 to 20, which initially looks a bit, oh, am I going a bit too early? Well, you are quite a few pips down already, and it's not a particularly scary zone, is it? There aren't many checkers there, and they're all on strip points, which means if white was to choose to hit you, unless they roll a small double, they're going to leave you shots coming back. So it's not as scary as it would normally be to run early. But this whole position is a case of trying to do one thing but not quite getting the logic right. In moving 11 to 7 to create builders, great, what I'm trying to do, but I didn't need to do anything. Could have just left it there. I've still got this problem about what to do with my back checker. Again, I can't cover that. Just can't cover it, whatever I do. I can hit, but it's too dodgy. I'm not going to do this. If I'd have gone one step further here and actually moved the checkers around and seen the completed position, which we'll get to in a minute, that's the move I should have played, 65. I should have hit. It would have left a block to go out in my home board. That's a position that I didn't move the checkers to see. I didn't hit because it looked a bit dodgy. Well, there is another way of looking at this, and that's to do a little bit of maths, not much. White has 15 rolls to hit us from the bar. The way we can work that out is he's got 3 entries times 2 times 2, the 2 outside. That's 8 will hit the outside checkers and 11 will hit the inside checkers. Some of those will do both, so it's not actually 19 in total, it's 15 in total. 42% of the time he's going to hit us from the bar, so 58% of the time he's not going to, and that means we'll get the chance to fill in the 5 point. We get 20 rolls to do that, plus the combos add up to 8 from the 10 point, from the midpoint, sorry. So those aren't numbers that we're crazy ecstatic about, but they are in our favour. And if you consider that there aren't really any other moves on the table anyway, let's go for it. That's got to be better than doing what I did, which is running the back checker. The reason being, if I just run the back checker, I'm just asking white to hit us. So the aggressive looking play is actually mathematically the correct one anyway. Doesn't roll a 1, am I in good shape? It just doesn't feel right. Ones and 4s, 1s and 3s. I've got such little play, I just feel like I've got to come out. So as you can hear, I made a pig zero of that, trying all sorts of things and not really focusing on what was important, which was that my prime is the best thing I've got going for me here. So I need to complete it with 13 to 7, that's clear. And I'm talking about slotting, but I don't seem to have the courage to do it, but it's clearly the correct play. So by slotting, we've only left 11 directs for white to hit us. Whereas if he doesn't hit us, we then get 11 direct rolls to complete the prime. We'll also get the 6 combos that add up to 8 that would also enable us to do that from the 10 point. So we're basically nearly even money to complete the prime if we are missed. And if we are hit, it's not too bad anyway. We've got lots of entry points and it's a setback, but it's not the end of the game. The alternative to the slotting play is basically much weaker, because what I actually did was I went from 20 to 16, which is just stepping out into the zone, and virtually every roll hits me straight, puts me straight back. So that's not a very good play. It doesn't have any upside attached to it. So I got myself into a right muddle here and just didn't really focusing on what I should have been focusing on, and I ended up just making a pretty horrible play. Quite surprised the equity loss wasn't higher than 0.180, to be honest. So we need to be thinking clearly and establishing where we really are in the position. It's clearly very easy at the start of a game to just click away like a whirling dervish and not consider that you might have a cube. It just didn't occur to me this early in this game. I was too busy talking to myself about weird shit and missed a very, very obvious cube because I was just playing too quickly. Although there should have been some signs. I mean, look, I've got a lovely prime. I've got a lot of opportunities to put that checker on the 7-point back. It's really quite obvious. And I missed it because I played too quickly. Can I cube here? Big race lead. Good structure. Probably not going to be gammoned even with 4-0 down. You can tell that initially here I'm not too keen on doubling because I think I might be too good to double, and it's clear that I am way too good. 53% of my 79% wins are gammons. Ah dear, I don't know how I convinced myself that I wasn't going to get a gammon here. I mean, so many of my wins are going to be gammons. It's crazy. You just have to have a feel for that, and it just should be obvious, really. But what's happened here is that I probably got an inkling that I should have doubled the roll before, which is the one video before that we just saw. And 2 wrongs don't make a right. If you've missed the window, don't make it worse by then doubling when you're too good. So that's 2 moves that I've cocked up and a whole load of PR lost and an opportunity lost as well, never mind the PR. This is clearly a gammon position and I need to just roll on. Can I cube? I've got many rolls to put a second checker back on the bar. I don't think gammons are a thing. 1s, 6s to cover. Quite a few hitting numbers to put a second checker. It just feels like a cube, doesn't it? I'm just going to go with it every time I feel like it's a cube. I think I'm just going to have to go for it because the amount of times I think it's a cube and I don't do it, and then XG tells me I missed it and didn't do it. It's so frustrating. This is a perfect example of me looking for something to be true that just isn't. That's the data. I'm only just a favourite, and in fact the PR loss is not quite as big as I thought. That might be a function of the score and the fact that I'm 3 points down in the match. This is a very bad cube. I'm, as I say, barely a favourite. So why did I think I was better off than I actually was? I justified it by saying I had many rolls to hit, which I do, but it means hitting loose in my home board, and I might not get to cover that. I've got a very weak home board. There's likely to be return shots. I've got 1 checker trapped back on the 24 point. I mean, it's not even that obvious that I'm a favourite, to be honest. It's a really bad cube, but it's because I'm looking for something that isn't actually true. I've gone fishing for the truth, but it isn't there. I've got 2 gaps, he's got 1 gap. 1, 2, 3, it's a 4-roll position. 4-roll positions you can take, can't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-roll positions you can take. I can take this. I don't even care if I lose. I'm going to. So what did I forget? Well, although I haven't written it on the slide here, I should have made it a bit more obvious. The score is 2-7, 2-7 in a race to 11, and the cube's on 4, which means that's the perfect number to take my opponent to winning. In other words, I must redouble to 8 automatically. Doesn't matter what my winning chances are. I've got absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain by doing that. I wouldn't win the match on an 8 cube, but it would take me to 10-7. If I don't cube, I'd go to 6-7, and it's free. It's a free automatic redouble, and I just forgot to do it in the excitement of it all accelerating towards the end. It's easily done. It's just something to remember at the end of matches. Thanks for watching my video. Hopefully you'll join me another time soon.